Hi, welcome to Kindred Spirit Readings. Let's begin, Virgo. For those of you dealing with important meetings, it will go well. I see that it's very serious. I see that not many people are. I don't see a lot of people smiling. I see that the people in the room are male mostly, if not all of them, but I'm mostly picking up on the energy in the room, and it's maybe 4 or 5 people in total. I'm picking up on a lot of seriousness. I can't get past this. I'm sitting there in that room and I'm faced with people that talk money, people that talk business. It is, again, very serious. Let's talk about your money. Where would you, and this is all about where you see yourself, what you aim for, where you see yourself in the next 10 years, long-term planning. I feel that you've come to a point finally where you're saying to yourself, I'm actually quite happy where I live or where I'm at the moment, but I just need one more thing. I need that one last I have one last request, and if it means that I stay put, if I'm happy, let's say, for example, you move to an area, you've been living there for a little while, and you're really happy with the surroundings, the company you work for, just happy overall. Okay, we don't have to be specific, but you're just happy, you're content where you're living. But the only one thing that you're hoping to achieve would be to, let's say, finally to be able to purchase a home within that area because you've been renting up until now. And again, this is only an example. That would be that, and that's an example, as I said. But what I'm seeing is that it's just putting the cherry on the cake. It's just putting a stamp on it. It's saying, okay, I want to make this official. Many different examples there, but you sort of understand where I'm going with this. I want this to be for me one of the biggest achievements of my life. I've made many before. I've achieved many things in my life, in my time before, but this has to take the cake. That's the kind of energy that I'm picking up on for you, Virgo. Career, okay, I want to say slippery slope, but the only reason I say that, the only reason I see this is because you may not be doing enough, which is never a bad thing, so do not translate that as though it is. It's never a bad thing. Maybe you're doing things at your own pace, which is still fine. That's absolutely, fine. Do things your way because that's what makes you original. You don't have to follow the crowd. You don't have to be doing what the next person does. What you do is what makes you original. It sets you apart from the rest of the crowd. Why be the follower? You are unique is what you are. And the reason is, as to why, this is the reason why you've come so far. Okay, let's talk about those of you who are after a serious relationship. If you were hoping to meet somebody new, I don't believe you realize how loved or how adored you actually are. Sometimes we sort of, without even realizing it, we're missing all the signs, aren't we? Sometimes we sort of stand there and we don't consider what's going on around us, because we're so involved in our own. What I'm seeing for some of you is that there is somebody, one person in particular, maybe two. Now, I see a couple of air signs here. I'm not going to rule out all the signs because, the birth chart is as it is. It goes further than that, obviously. But let's just say these are the two that are standing out for me the most. I see Aquarius, I see Gemini. The only thing that I don't want... I'm just trying to make sense of this. I see that there are a couple of blockages here. There are a few things to consider if you are hoping for a relationship. I guess one of the things that really stands out for me the most is, are you actually ready? Are you the one that's ready? Now, however that translates, never a bad thing if you're not ready. You have your reasons, okay? And for those of you, just quickly, if you were hoping for marriage, I do see marriage perhaps, but there are a lot of questions, could lead to difficulty. It's not impossible, but I am seeing something around July in relation to further commitment. Doesn't necessarily mean marriage, although I won't rule that out, but I do see that there's some sort of commitment to each other in months to come. As I said, specifically I'm seeing around July there could be, but I also do see that there is an offer of love, but maybe you weren't ready for this. There's a lot of this has to do with this is going to be taking you by surprise, so there is that to consider as well. This week is going to be very rushed for you. You're going to have a lot of work thrown at you, and you know what? You'll be fine. You'll get through it. If it gets busy, get to it. Thank you, Virgo.